What's going on, guys? I mentioned a few days ago that I was going to do a giveaway, and I ordered some things. The giveaway kind of started with the idea around this pouch, and it kind of went away from there, but I'll explain why. I've been on a search for a pouch to carry some cables and a charger for my laptop and my phone. This is something I ordered off of Etsy. It did come from Germany. I didn't know that until I ordered it. It appeared to be lost in the mail. When I reached out to the guy, he sent me another one for free. I don't need two of them, so I'm going to give this away. That's kind of how we started. That kind of led me to thinking about what has been the biggest transition that I have seen, slash what have I really been pushing here the past year or so. And a lot of you guys that have been around, you know, there was the Benchmade bailout, there was Catra, there was all of the Keystone Cops, there was, you know, all of that stuff. But what it ultimately came back to, and what I'm happy to see going on now, is a lot of use, observation, and sharpening. If you use, observe, and sharpen and repeat that over and over again, you won't have to worry about what someone tells you. You'll be able to see a lot of these things for yourself, and you'll see the strengths and the weaknesses in a lot of these steels as you go along. So I wanted to give away a sharpening kit along with a knife in a steel that I've been very impressed with this year, as well as this stone. I actually picked up Venev's this year as well. So let me go over kind of what we have here. So the first thing, and probably the most important thing, arguably, is the 6" by 1" Venev resin bonded stones. One side is 240 grit, and of course that's kind of an approximation. Then the other is 400 grit. It's 100% stone, which means that the abrasive content is 100%. They do make 25% concentration stones. This is the full concentration. This should allow you to set a decent edge bevel and maintain a decent edge bevel just off of these stones here alone. Are they the fastest cutting stones? No. But they can do more than what you're going to need done. So this is the first thing. The next thing that you're going to kind of need is a stone holder to sit this in. Some people like to sharpen in their hand. That's fine. This is also why I bought a smaller stone. It's a little more flexible. It's something you can throw in a bag. You can carry around. That's one of the benefits of not using a guided system. So those two things go together. Once you come off of your stone, you're probably going to want to either maintain that edge for a little bit or refine that edge somewhat with some type of strop and stropping compound. This is Gunny juice, and it is 6 micron Gunny juice. Yeah, it's a little more coarse than what I typically use, but listening to Outpost 76 Gerald, talking to Gerald, talking to a few other people, this seems to be a pretty decent place to start on the strops. Also, it seems to be a pretty decent place if you need to kind of deburr. So I went with that for that reason. I did pick this up from DLT Trading. Great place. I can't speak highly enough about them. Great customer service, very fast shipping, very reasonable prices, etc., etc., etc. Even with the free shipping, and this was the cheapest place I could find this stuff. This still was shipped the same day, and I ordered around lunchtime Eastern Standard Time, and it arrived during the holidays within, I don't know, 3 days or so. So that's the first thing. Here I have a strop. This is a fairly thick leather strop, but it's smooth leather. I believe that the guy said this is walnut. It's handmade. It is made by Bushcraft Supply. I'm not sponsored by any of these people. I'm just mentioning them. You guys know I shout out companies that I really like. Again, very fast shipping, looks to be of decent quality. It was a reasonably priced strop. Strops have gone up. Honestly, that's one of the things that I noticed. But I think all in, this was like $12. I believe it's made on the West Coast. I know it's made in the United States, but I believe it's made on the West Coast. And it was like $12, $14, somewhere around there. So reasonable price. And finally, the biggest thing that I'm going to give away is from a place called Patriot Knife Works, and I have never heard of this place before. Ordered from them because they had this knife available. They had free shipping. It was at MSRP. It wasn't at a marked up price, so it was the best thing all around. They shipped very quickly. They even included a Constitution, which I'm going to be keeping this, guys. And I guess apparently they have another company, and they gave me some of this. I guess it's like dry rub or whatever. So that was pretty cool. But the knife steel that I have enjoyed the most this year is K390. No, it's not stainless, so that is, you know, a conversation for another day. But I bought the Endura before this model came out. Really like this model. Couldn't justify it for myself, but I figured if I was going to do a giveaway, I wanted to do something a little bigger than usual. So you got the stone, you got the stone holder, you got the strap, you got the Gunny juice, you got the pouch, and you have a K390 straight spine stretch. So this should be a pretty cool knife for everybody to try out, or have a chance to try out. And I guess that brings us to how am I going to, it almost dropped free, guys. And the centering is not too bad for a FRN model. So this is actually a pretty decent model. Spine is a little bit rough like on my Endura, but that's a whole different story. Anyway, how do you enter? I don't want you to follow me. I don't want you to like my post. I don't want you to repost this to all of your friends and spam their inboxes. All I want you to do is tell me about your sharpening journey down below in the comment section. This will be posted on Instagram as well as on YouTube. So just comment down below. I'm going to pick one. I'm not going to run it through a randomizer or anything like that. I'm going to read your stories. Yes, I'm going to check out your social media posts. And I'm going to see kind of where you're at on your sharpening journey and who this would benefit the most, in my opinion. So please feel free to comment. I appreciate you guys watching. Remember, a lazy man carries a dull knife.